Hey Megs.
Hello.
What's going on?
I've been enjoying my Stanley lately.
It is pretty fly. I don't think it makes you basic either. You were worried about
very,
that.
very concerned.
It's
I
a super
know it's
nice
a great
bottle.
water bottle.
Yeah.
And I've drank so much water since getting it.
Yeah.
And I do think it's better for the environment to have a reusable bottle.
Oh, for sure. There's no doubt. Yeah. Saves like so much plastic.
Yeah.
Eliminating one-use plastics is a great thing for nearly everyone to do.
Yes.
So when we were driving home from tennis today, I thought about something funny that I kind of wanted to tell you about. So, you know how like people online will be like, if you think there's something wrong with you, do not look it up. Don't just type your symptoms into Google, right? And be like, this is what I have, because it's going to be something terrible that you probably don't have. So, and I think these things are like funny, right? Like it's like, I don't know, people will be like knee pain, and then it's like some report that, and then like there's memes on the internet like I have knee pain, and then it's like you have some terrible disease, you know, and it's just like they never like actually line up. But you know, like I'm not like the exception to the rule in this case. Like I did like feel like, oh, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So my skin has been breaking out lately, and I was like, frick is going on here, you know, because like skincare has just been like a journey, even though I hate that word because it's overplayed, but it's been like something that I've dealt with for like, you know, I'm 24 now, still currently dealing with it, and I probably started getting acne when I was like 11 or 12, you know, so like it's been a long time.
And you were on Accutane.
Was on Accutane, and that was cool. And we'll talk about that maybe in a moment. But so I was like, what's going on here? And I was like, I found this thing. It's called folliculitis. You know how I always told you that I'm like, yeah, when my like the hairs on my beard, or like when my beard grows out, like the area in and around the hairs will like, I'll get like a bunch of like acne there. And I'm like, oh, like I feel like the hair follicle itself is what's getting infected. So like I typed that into Google, and there's this thing called folliculitis. So here I am thinking, oh yes, aha, I have self-diagnosed and I have folliculitis. And I probably don't, but I thought that I had like solved this mystery, right?
Did you really?
Yeah.
You were convinced.
It was a big aha moment. I'm like, I did it. And so I was like, how does one treat folliculitis? So normally, right, it's like there's all these different like strains of bacteria that you can that can cause it, right? And normally you can get it. Normally you can go to just your general practitioner, and they'll give you like I think an antibiotic for it. Pretty sure. But in more severe cases, it says that you need to go to a dermatologist. And I was just like, oh my god. But now I'm just laughing at myself because like, you know, I'm, you know, never went to med school. No, none of that background, you know, not qualified to self-diagnose at all. But I was like, See, thought it was like Sherlock Holmes, you know?
Okay. Well, I feel like I'm that way. I'm like, well, you just need to wash your face after the gym and wash your face more. Wash your face and get up. And it's like, okay, like, or you could actually need something more intense. I have no idea.
Something always funny that I always thought was that, like, you know, some guys, like, and no judgment here, but they need to be told, like, you know, don't use the same towel that you dry your foot off with on your face.
Except
no,
it's usually
like
not foot, but yes.
Yeah, and then like, again, I mean, not the exception to the rule here. I'm a guy, so when people would be like, "Oh, don't use soap on your face to clean it either," you kind of go, "But why?" You know? And I guess it's like it's supposed to dry out your skin, and there's like a bunch of other like harsh things that are like bad for it. It could, like age it and like dehydrate it or something like.
I don't know. Do you use like a cleanser at all?
I have that one in my shower. You know which one I'm talking about, like the pump bottle, and it does a whole bunch of jack.
I just think that one sucks, to be honest.
It's an awful product. Most acne stuff is BS, by the way. Like, I've tried so many acne products. I have nearly all of them.
Yeah, I do have. Do you still have the HSA card?
Yeah.
I think that you can use that to buy like a 10% benzoyl peroxide over the counter, like CeraVe. And if you use that, I swear, I would challenge you.
Yes.
A 30-day challenge to use it.
Yeah. So.
But twice a day.
I had to titrate up to this point, but I've been prescribed what did you say? Benzyl
peroxide.
Benzyl peroxide.
It's
thank
like
you.
the active ingredient.
Yeah. So.
Salicylic acid doesn't really do jack for me either. We are acne prone people.
You sound like a chemist right
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah. But. Yeah, but I was prescribed like one that was a much higher percentage than 10%. I know that for a fact. Like I had this bottle and it was like a pump and I would like rub it on my skin and everything. So the only thing that ever worked for me that
was Accutane.
Yeah, I feel like all the other acne medications that I was ever on didn't do anything, period. And like the unfortunate part about it is that like, you know, people like oh, like if you get acne, I feel like a lot of people might think that you have like poor personal hygiene, but like I shower all the time. I have tried treating it like with like just like over the counter stuff, and I've gone to a dermatologist in the past. So like I like tried all the avenues, and like I don't know.
Do you think it's stress? Because you had perfectly clear skin, like at the wedding that we went to in June, like in that photo.
But that's what like bothers me though, is that like I don't know. Overall, I would say for the past like year, my skin's been pretty good. Like.
It's been...
For the most of the time, it's like 80% to like 100% like clear, like nearly all gone. But then occasionally it'll dip down and I'll have like blemishes, and right now I definitely do. But anyways, I don't know what exactly causes these kind of things though.
Would you ever be willing to give up picking your skin?
I mean, so you bring this up all the time and it's kind of upsetting. It's a little triggering because my parents used to just be on my case about that a lot, and I really didn't like it. So like it makes my skin crawl and it makes me feel so icky, like if I have something growing on my face and I'm expected to leave it, like that drives me insane.
I agree. Okay, this conversation is actually kind of nasty. Like the acne combo.
I mean, it's
general,
relatable though.
It's
people
so
go through it.
Yeah. So here's my thing: if you have a fully formed pimple on your face, in my opinion, please pop that. That is disgusting. Like actually, nobody. Like it's so easy to pop a whitehead.
Yeah.
But
and we're not trying to be mean here, by the way, either. Like because some people will walk around and they'll just have fully formed ones. Like it's we're of the opinion that it might actually be to your betterment, right? Not just cosmetically, but like it'll like get rid of it. It'll heal up, and then you'll like look better, feel better, all that. Yeah.
That's more the camp I'm in, but I think you and I actually have a lot of compulsive tendencies myself, mainly with cleaning.
Okay.
I think your compulsive tendency.
Oh, come on now.
Is picking at things that don't exist, and then that is an issue. And
I see them. They exist.
Oh my god.
These aren't like.
No, they don't. It's not a whitehead. You cannot argue that. It's more like it might become something, and you're like, die.
Die. Yeah. So.
Anyways, okay.
Have we gotten anywhere? I have folliculitis.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna create a Facebook account and find a support group.
Oh my god, there's probably one out there.
There's one for everything.
There is.
Yeah.
So tell me one nice interaction you had today.
Oh geez. Okay, so I was very fortunate. I had a bunch. So I went to that event for EMU today to do the recruiting for the participant pool. I don't know if you know this or not, but like when I go to these events and we're recruiting, like actively recruiting, it's not like just for the seed lab. Like we're doing it on behalf of like Eastern Michigan in general. So. No,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are there others there then?
Not others from like EMU. However, like other people like do this as well, right? Like actively like recruit and whatnot. So it becomes like one big pool, and then everybody benefits from it. So it's cool. It's researchers supporting researchers, that kind of thing. I grew closer with one of my lab mates today because we were honestly just like laughing. I mean, like
that's awesome though. I love that.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like in the beginning, I don't think she's a shy person. She's pretty social like in the lab environment, but I think those are like with people that she knows, and she didn't really know me like super well. You know, like I'm still like new-ish, and but I was like, no, like if we're gonna be stuck here together, like let's talk. You know, like let's not. I don't want to sit here in silence or like scroll on my phone. Forget that. And then, so we broke down those walls and we were laughing and joking and everything was great. Everything was fine. So that was probably positive interaction number 1 today. But there were a lot. I told you about this, that one mom that was just like in incredible shape, right? That was in the booth, like directly next to me. And then, on the opposite side, I didn't tell you this one. There was another woman there. She was working at, she works for U of M. And she does something with U of M Health, is U of M Medicine or Health, whatever.
Michigan Medicine.
Michigan Medicine, thank you. And specifically with alcohol and substance use disorders. They were specifically presenting that day on the dangers of nicotine devices, so like vapes and other type of like e-cigarettes. So yeah,
they just had like an info booth on why you shouldn't vape.
Yeah, well, just like yes, essentially, yeah. And like the one study that they were like toting said something about like rates. Well, it confirmed a lot of the things that like people probably already know. One, that like people are getting like popcorn lung. Yeah, that's a very real thing. But also like people are like starting like younger and younger, right?
Yeah.
And there aren't like a lot of like really good like governing bodies that like regulate like the production and the manufacturing of these things. So like the exact language that she used with me was that if you're choosing to partake in these things, you're sort of a guinea pig. Like we don't know the long-term like health repercussions of these things. And people are
scary.
Yeah.
Especially for like 12 or 14-year-old kids, like
totally, yeah. Well, like
because it tastes good or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what these. Well, they're marketed towards children.
Yeah,
like, I think Jewel, which we all know, was in a
Jewel
huge lawsuit about this because for marketing towards children. Specifically, like for this, yeah. And I'm pretty sure they stopped making mango flavors like specifically for this. Now I'm kind of like digging way back into my memory because this was like in high school, around the time that we were graduating from high school that happened. So, yeah.
That's great. Sounds like you met a lot of cool people.
I did. It was nice. Lots of nice families, cute kids and everything. So
I love that.
It was fun. Yeah.
All right. My nice interaction was with my cousin and her kids.
Right on. How's little Zeke doing?
He was so cute and happy today. Yeah.
All of his checkups go well and everything?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
TBD on that, but he was in such high spirits and he actually liked the pool. Apparently he doesn't like water that much, but like you would have never known. And Emmy was so cute today. She was like, I had so much fun swimming, like at the end.
She's so smart.
Yeah, Ireland actually was really good too. It was actually like
a great showing from the whole family.
Yeah.
Wow. So Chrissy must have been a proud mom.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen? I want to try this with our child one day. It's kind of funny. So I've seen videos on the internet before of people, they take their dogs and they like hold them like this, right? And then they slowly lower them towards the water, right? And the dog will like start moving, swimming in the air before it hits the water.
That's awesome.
Like I wonder if like, not like an infant, but like our young child, 3, 4, whenever they start actually swimming, right? If they would just like
kick their legs.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, and my parents were great too. And then obviously you and I had so much fun together playing tennis.
Yeah, you weren't into it in the beginning, and that's why it's good like when we like encourage each other to like be active and do these things. Like, no, it'll be fun. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes most of the time our energy levels match up.
Yes.
But there are times where I'm really tired, times where you're tired, and like sometimes we have to respect that and just like camp it.
Right.
But there's other times where like
it's like, no, it's a beautiful day, it's summer, like
exactly. And like, oh, this is like great, this is our time, let's do it. Yeah. So
we need to go. I need to
eat, you got
and
stuff,
then I'm helping
and I'm gonna grill for you.
Yes. Steak night.